Hey Coach, hope you're enjoying the video. Make sure you subscribe and like. We love those. Also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. If you want to become a better coach in less than $1 a day, you can do that. My mentor, my personal email address, I will help you become a better basketball coach. Go over and check it out. Let's head back to the video.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
You got questions? Go ahead. I don't know how many people are going to jump in tonight. It's a kind of a weird time. But...
I've got a ton, so I'll just get through what you have available.
Okay.
So I'm going to coach. I'm coaching JV girls this year, so switching over to girls basketball.
Okay.
And so I just wanted to ask, as far as my overlining plan, if this makes sense. So I have about 10 girls. And as far as speed, we're probably about mid-speed in our league. Not real slow, not real fast, but we can get up and down the court okay.
Okay.
So I was wanting to press on makes and misses as much as possible throughout the game. And I would just get your idea on the type of presses I'll be doing. So one press will be simply, it's going to be all man, well, not all man, but first is on ball man press.
Okay.
The second one would be off ball man press with just a center fielder. And then the third one would just be a 2-2-1 press. So I'd have a man press and then a zone press. This is by the end of the year, I'm hoping. Does that
Yeah, I'd start with the man press, but I think both of those are a good idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're relatively easy to teach early, especially the man press. So I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay. And then the what I'm doing on the off ball press is the person that shoots the ball, they just become the center fielder on the press. So whoever shoots the ball, they just run back and everybody else picks up man.
Sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, and you could have it where just, you're picking up the person's closest to you too. I mean, yeah. I mean, whatever's easy to teach, I would do initially. Don't overcomplicate conceptual stuff and try to keep it relatively simple. But yeah, I think that's a good way to go. I'd start with the man because the man's easier for him to match up and find somebody.
Okay.
So I definitely go that way initially.
Okay. And then as far as the on misses, I was looking at doing kind of what Eddie Enquist, I think, does, and just do a 1-2-2 set and let people come to you.
Yeah, you could do that.
You like that?
I mean, are you going to play any zone or do anything like that?
I want to my 2-2-1. I want to drop back into a 2-3 if needed. So I was going to drop my 2-2-1 back to a 2-3 and then man, and then ultimately down the line in the future, I can make it more complicated. Switch, on the second pass, switch the man, all that type of stuff down the line.
Yeah, I wouldn't especially with JV. I wouldn't overcomplicate it. Yeah, I would. I kind of like make miss when you're pressing man versus zone kind of thing sometimes. But that doesn't really matter. It's totally up to you. But I like both of them.
Is that a good way to pick up though on misses? If you're a man, it's just one person the ball, a 1-2-2 set, and then pick up. Do you like?
Yeah. Again, make it simple. If you make it too complicated, they won't get it. So simplify. So on a make, we're in this man, and a miss, we're in zone, or vice versa. If you make it easier for them, then they won't forget. Because if they're thinking while they're running or trying to convert, that's the problem. At least when I've done make miss, and it's going to take some make miss takes more practice than you think.
But jump into a zone or jump into
even whatever you're doing on a make and whatever you're doing on a miss, you got to practice that more than you think.
Okay.
I mean, you think that's easy, but it's not as easy as you think. Okay.
And then on my 2-2-1 press, I was typically have my 5 run back to be the goaltender, and everybody just pick up.
Yeah. Yep, that would work.
Okay.
I mean, I think you'll find out. I think you'll find out, especially at that age, JV girls, even JV boys. It doesn't really matter. They're not going to pick things up as fast as you think they are.
Okay.
So it's going to take more reps than you would guess.
Okay. And when I'm pushing people to the sidelines and just trying to push them to the side and trap a little bit and so forth, with the boys, I always taught them don't reach, all that type of stuff. But it seems like in girls basketball that when you trap someone, you can just grab the ball. Is that accurate or no?
That's a generalization, but I think there's
Is it a
some,
true generalization?
yeah, in some respects it is, in some it depends on depends on the team.
There's so
Yeah,
many jump balls. It seems like that when you trap, that they don't usually call fouls a whole lot. You just reach in and grab it.
you can steal the ball more from the games I've seen, probably, I would say, on ball. But again, I'm more worried about the officials, the people in the striped jerseys, and the fouls. So I don't tend to do that. But I know what you're saying. It's again, the cost benefit. Is the benefit of getting someone in foul trouble worth the steal? If you think you can get a bunch of them, yes. Yeah. So I don't really have an answer for that.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't personally like doing that, but I haven't coached girls in 20 years. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay. I can, if the other gentleman had some questions, I don't
But
want
James got as many questions as you do, so he can jump in.
Okay.
I'll let him jump in and ask. Go ahead, coach.
Which one?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's almost evening here. It's 5:30, man.
Oh, it's 3:35 here. So
I know.
I have as many questions. I think Coach Moore has probably as many questions as I do. But I guess we'll just go one and one, whatever.
Okay.
What are you doing with what have you done in the past as tryouts come upon us with kids who have potential to be on your team but come in ineligible grades wise?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Hard to play when you're not eligible. That's what I'll say to that. It's hard to play if you're not eligible. I'll say that again. Spots are, I mean, all I can do is evaluate you at the time at which tryouts occur. Now, there's extenuating circumstances and probably exceptions to every rule, but when I'm evaluating over those 2 or 3 days and you're not eligible to play, that's a strike against you, is my opinion. Because I mean, there's people that are eligible. Now, like I said, there's exceptions to rules, and I've had kids being eligible for extenuating circumstances, and grandparents have died. I mean, there's things that happen, but for the most part, that's a huge knock. It's like, and it's a different one than someone has a broken arm and will be ready in 5 weeks. That's not necessarily their fault. Sometimes grades are not their fault too, depending, but I do take it into the equation. Yes, I take it into the equation. So there's not a steadfast rule I have on that. Early in my career, I'd have said you're ineligible, don't bother. But coaching long enough, I've seen outliers on that, so I've had to adjust. But for the most part, if you're not eligible, that's hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue on this eligibility question, and
Okay.
then I'll let Coach Moore ask the next question.
Okay.
So I'll give you my situation right now. So I have a new transfer. He's 6'5". He's very long. He's probably got a wingspan of like 6'8". And he's a game changer.
Yep.
And he's probably gonna.
Will he be eligible?
Okay, so let me give you the situation. He's borderline. He might make the 2.0. He might. The thing though is, because of COVID, our district I think this all throughout, it's actually the county, is allowing what they call a COVID waiver. So because of COVID, they'll give him a break for basically, so if he comes, our tryouts are November 6th, and he comes in ineligible, they'll give him a waiver up until the 3rd of January. So he could play from November 6th till January 3rd on this waiver. But if he doesn't have his grades up by the middle of December, he will become ineligible on January 3rd.
So did he come ineligible from the other school or was it from your school?
This is from our school. And I mean, I got the insight from the counselor. This kid had good grades and then COVID hit and then he didn't do anything
Yeah,
online.
there's an exception here, I think, too. And also leaving schools. Like I've had kids that have struggled at other schools come to ours.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen very often, but it's usually they're really good at other schools and then they come to ours because we're basically a college kind of prep school. And then it's like, whoa, this is like, what do you mean? It's like, so I'd give a little grace and a little empathy, similar to what I told you last year with a kid like that.
Okay.
Me personally, I don't know the kid, but that's what I would do. Because I can just tell you from someone that's taught for 30 plus years and is in a classroom this year, this is not normal. Like the kids are the really good kids, like the kids that are going to go to little Ivies are just getting in the swing of it right now. Just right now, like just getting into the, how this, because they had we didn't have, we were virtual most of last year. So I think we got to give a lot of grace this year. I really do. A lot of grace, a lot of empathy, a lot of grace. I wouldn't say that.
There's been a lot of fights. Are you guys having that issue?
Yeah, well, not in our school, but a couple schools in our district have had. Well, we're throwing them back into civilization. So they haven't learned how to interact. Yes. So I would say a lot of grace, a lot of empathy, a lot of grace this year. And then hopefully we can get this generation back on track. Let's hope. All right. Go ahead, Mark.
So as far as the offense for the girls, just
Yep.
teaching something super basic, and we see a lot of zone. I just wanted to ask if I just switch out the front. So if it's a 2-3, it's a 2 front. If I just do a 3-2 set and have them flash in the middle, just interchange, flash in the middle, try to get open.
Yep.
And then does that make sense?
Yep.
And then for a 1-2-2 or 1 front, just do a 2 front. So a 2-1-2. And just have people flash, change out spots.
Yeah, just have them find open space. I would agree. Can your girls shoot?
Yeah, some of them are good shooters.
Okay, so then you'll be okay. Usually that's the best way to be a zone. But yes, I would teach them about finding open space. Yes.
Okay.
The odd even front is great. I don't really worry about that as much as run toward the open space, cut toward the open space.
Okay, they keep the general area just so they have some type of alignment and open cups. Okay.
Yeah, and then keep it super simple. You'll get shots. It's a matter of if we can hit them. But then, yeah. And if you're pressing, I would send a lot to the offensive glass. Me personally, I'd send a lot to the offensive glass because then you're going to get some easy, maybe second shots. But then you can just, if they get the rebound, like you could double at that point. You could pick up in the full if you're doing that kind of pace. Okay. Doubling a rebound is a good way to, especially if you
you like that, just double it and route the bat.
It works because rebounders are not expecting it, and it's a great easy way to get a couple easy turnovers and buckets for teams that necessarily aren't that good at it.
Yeah, I was thinking on misses, if I'm man pressing, if it make more sense to teach them to double versus just jump into a 1-2-2 set, but it all takes time. So
it all takes time. I know. I'm after I'm off with you guys, I'm meeting with one of my assistants, and it's like we start November 15th, so I got a month, but it's like and we start on Monday and we play the following Tuesday. And I've never been in the gym with these guys, so I'm like freaking out a little bit, but it will all work out. I'm trying to give myself a little grace, James. I'm trying to give myself a little grace. Right. I took the dogs for a long walk today, so I'm trying. So, okay. All right, go ahead. We'll just go back and forth. That works.
All right, so we'll move on from eligibility. The next thing I just wanted to clarify. This was part of the grace, but I don't know if I need to be so graceful for this. We've been working really hard about making sure these guys get their clearances done, their physicals, all that stuff. And I remember asking you, do you wait on people?
No.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to wait this year.
I want to wait. They've known this. The season didn't change. The season's coming. I mean, if they really want to,
I'm good with that one. Okay, yeah, that was my question on that.
Yeah, I don't know is my answer to that.
We worked very hard.
No, it's like, yeah. And you know what? If they're a freshman and maybe a little bit of a sophomore, okay, it's definitely a freshman. They don't necessarily always know that kind of stuff, physical but no, if you're dealing with your guy, not absolutely not. Let's go. You should have that stuff done. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Mark.
So I read your article about rebounding, versus necessarily turn around, blocking out, and just going to get the ball.
Yeah.
For the boys that can accelerate and go get it.
Yeah. Hit, find,
got
get.
that.
Hit, find, get is what I use. Hit, find, get.
So, well, a question is there any difference with the girls, the fact that they don't elevate as a general rule as much as
No,
the
I think
boys?
they can. I just no. I think they gotta. I mean, I think they can box out a little bit. Yeah, there's a little bit of that, but I still think the premise of you got to go find them, and then yeah. I think the hit, find, get is, the problem is sometimes the girls don't go get it. they
Right.
they worry about the other two steps so much, and then they don't go get it. The guys don't tend to go find like you got to go find somebody.
So you like the idea though of turning your head, touching someone very quickly, or finding someone and then go getting it
Go
versus
get it. Yeah,
instead
go
just
get it.
Okay.
Oops, sorry. Amber alert in Wisconsin. It's Milwaukee though. Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, we're talking about half the team is probably you're gonna have to work with, and half of them are gonna get it, especially with rebounding. It seems to be.
Right. You still like that turn around, make some contact, and then
I
go get
do.
it.
I do.
Right.
Yeah, I think it just works well.
Okay.
Go ahead, James.
The next question is, do you have this issue where you have like these seniors that just come out all of a sudden? Do you get that where you have like people who have been at the school and then all of a sudden they come out to
Yep.
tryouts?
Yep.
What do you tend to do with guys like that?
If they're not in my top 7, it's hard.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yep, top 7. Seniors have a hard time if they're not in the top 7. Top 7 play a lot, and especially if you haven't been around, that's hard. I think that's hard.
Are you my assistant always makes fun of me because he says, Coach, basically, if you're not in your top 8, those guys don't get many minutes. Are you like that? Are you like me?
I've gotten less like that, but remember we play 2 18-minute halves. So I have to go a little deeper. 9 and 10, maybe get a handful of minutes. I'm only gonna be 12. I'm only probably gonna keep 12 this year, 12, 13. So it probably won't be. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird dynamic. Coaching's a weird. I mean, you got to think about like the juniors and the sophomores and the freshmen, and it's like where do they fall? And but yeah, the rule of thumb is if you're a senior and you're not playing by that time, there's probably a junior that's probably equivalent. I don't know. Again, it depends on the specific year, I think. But
Do you keep juniors on JV?
I have not. We have freshmen, sophomore. We have freshmen, sophomores, and varsity, and then we have kind of a JV VR kind of thing going on. The kids that don't play on varsity play on like Saturdays sometimes. But no, I don't tend to keep juniors. No, by the time you're a junior, yeah, the writing's on the wall at that point. I mean, to be honest with you, you're being more honest when you cut a kid. It's hard. It's the worst day of the year. But they're not going to be happy sitting from November to March and not playing. They'd rather be in the stands. They'd rather be at their friend's part, whatever. They'd rather do something else, to be honest with you, most of the time. So I think you're being dishonest sometimes when you keep them. People are being dishonest. They're not going to play and they think they're going to play. I mean, the kids can say whatever they want to. I've learned that over time. They'll say whatever they want, whatever you want to hear to make the team. But then come January, it's hard for every kid. So That makes sense. All right, go ahead, Mark.
Hey, can I show you something I want to ask you on a play?
Yes, let me make sure you can share screen. Go ahead. Yep,
I was just having it on my board. I don't have anything just
that's
shared.
okay. Yeah, I don't see you though.
Oh, you can't see me?
I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry. My camera got turned off. I'm sorry. My fault. I thought
Okay,
it was on.
I just thought maybe you were like sitting outside or
No.
something. Didn't want the camera.
No.
Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
so gotta do it backwards. Okay, so I just wanted, as far as a simple end of game that would work for a man or zone for a baseline out of bounds, and I can use it for a slob also.
Yep.
Is if the ball is here on this side,
Yep.
is I'm gonna just have this person here set a screen, this person back door.
Yep. To that low block. Yep.
Yep, and then these two set a double
Just
screen.
move it up a little bit toward your face, just a little bit. There you go. Perfect. Yep. Okay. And
So
double
these-
screen for that one. Yep.
So hopefully get a shot here or a layup here, or then last case scenario, if you send it over
Yep.
here.
So one of so one of those the bottom. Yep. So the bottom guy should screen for the top guy at the elbow, and he should come to the see those two guys that are saying the double screen there.
Screen for this guy
Yep.
cut. Okay.
No, he should go high like that. I don't have a problem with that, but then those two guys shouldn't stay there. One should cut to the low block and one should cut to the corner.
Okay, I was thinking that when these two here are hanging out here, that you could just screen the middle of the zone and this guy cut down possibly.
Yeah, you could do that. But you were having him come out, weren't you?
I'm just having this person, he's gonna come screen, this person here.
Yep.
I have a guy right here, double screen this guy to pop to the wing for a shot.
Yep. And then those two guys that just set that double screen,
Yeah.
one should go to the low block, and one should go to the corner ball side.
So one goes down
Here,
to
let
the-
me show you. Let me show you.
Okay.
Let me show you. Let me show you. Where's my whiteboard?
I was thinking one could just screen for the other guy to cut to the block, but
Yeah, hold on. I haven't used my whiteboard. Pause, pull, chat. Hold on, maybe I don't have this up high enough. I lost you. Where are you? Hold on 1 second. Don't see it. There. So hold on. I can't find my apps, chat, security. Where's my whiteboard? YouTube. It changed this on me a little bit. Hold on. Otherwise, I can grab my whiteboard. I'll just grab my board. Hold on. Let's grab mine. All right. I don't think I cleaned this. Okay. All right, so I can hear myself. All right, so what I'm saying is the guy is here throwing it in, or gal, and there were two of them over here on the side, right?
yeah, a little farther out so they can
Yeah,
set the
out
screen.
here. Okay, yep, and then one here and one here. So the
Yeah.
ball's here. So this
That's
one was
true.
screening for that one.
Yeah, he backdoor, he goes to that
And
guy
then this
goes
guy
to the
goes
lower-
here.
Yeah.
Okay. So then these two come and set the screen for this one going this way.
Yeah.
Yep. And then what I would do is I'd have this bottom one set a screen here, have him cut, and then him cut back to that corner.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. And
Yeah.
if it's a zone, he just screen the middle of the zone. If it's a man, he screens the man. Okay, perfect. I got you.
Yeah, because you want to balance it. You want these two to cut because one of these two guys will probably be open because this first one they'll probably take away, and this one they'll look at, but then as they come to take this pass away, especially if you score once, then these guys cutting back to those open spaces will work. That will work.
So, and I was thinking the top guy that sets the double screen, you have him going to the corner.
No, I have him going down. I have the bottom guy setting the
Okay,
screen
the
for
bottom
him.
guy going to the corner.
Yeah, so as
I
these
was
two
just-
set the screen and come up, so
Mhm.
they're setting that screen, then this guy sets a screen for him, he cuts, and then he just cuts back. He might even get short corner in here.
So my question was, do you think that looks better for that guy to go to the corner or to have my inbounder step in? That was my last question for the shot. I just like the inbounder setting in a lot.
I think you can have the inbounder come off, like if the ball goes here, then the guy that's standing here should set a screen and he should come opposite.
I got you.
That's what I would do, because especially if you go here and he doesn't have a shot, this person will get lost defending here. And if all this person's got to do is come set that screen and boop, right back here, and they might get the shot on that reversal.
Yeah, that gives me lots of options. Okay.
Yeah, you want options and space on that stuff is what you want.
Okay,
All right.
no, that's good advice. I like it.
Okay, go ahead, James.
Hey, can we stick with the board?
We can. I
Great.
gotta find my cleaner. Hold on.
Okay. That's a great play, Coach Moore. Jeez.
Thanks.
That is really, I'm taking that one, buddy. That is nice. That is really nice.
Okay.
All right. So I wanted to, did you guys see, Last Chance University basketball?
I did. It was awesome.
I think I picked up an alley-oop play off of it.
Okay.
Tell me what you think.
Okay.
Or maybe make adjustments to it. That's why I want to pick your brain on it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll tell you where to put the players.
Okay.
So everybody's coming down. A guy in the right corner. Yep.
Okay.
And then a guy in that short corner area. Yeah. And then a guy kind of at the last block at the top on the
Here?
right. Yeah,
Right here?
right. Yeah, right there. Elbow block.
Yep.
And then point guard right at over to the right a little bit, just a little bit.
Right here.
A little more to the left, a little more to left. Left. Yeah. Yeah, right there. It doesn't matter. In that area.
Okay.
Okay. And then you have the guy that you want to get the oop to over on the left wing. Right there. So I
Okay.
saw these guys come down. The guy that was at the elbow.
X3. Yep.
Yeah, he comes, but see, the point guard's more kind of towards in front of X3, a little more. Yeah, he's kind of,
Okay.
yeah. I saw this on Last Chance. The guy comes over, X3 comes over, and he kind of comes over like to a, he comes to a screen right to the top of the key.
Over
Like,
here.
yeah. He like pretends like he's coming over to hit a direct screen. Meanwhile, the guy that was at the wing, the solo guy over on the left side, they just throw it up and he gets an oop right off of that.
Like this.
Yep.
Yeah. The only issue is if this guy's over here, I mean, if the ball is here, yeah, I mean, transition, that might work. In transition, that might work.
Any ideas?
I'll send you a
Anything
good
else?
oop play that I'm working on. I got 3 I've been working on. I'll send you.
Oh,
I'll send them to you.
okay.
I'll send you some oop plays. I've been
Okay.
working on it because I got a center that can dunk. So I'll send you. John and I have been working on some oop plays. So actually, I'll write that on my list because I want to talk
Thank
to him
you.
after we're done. About oop plays. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I can send you that.
Thank you.
Yep. Go ahead,
Can I-
Mark.
Can I use your board one more time?
Yep.
So on the press break,
Yep.
I was simply going to have a 1-3 set.
One guy throwing it in.
One guy throwing it in, three guys, just 1, 2, 3, one person deep,
Okay.
and just tell them to stay in their lanes, top lane, middle lane, third lane, and just pass, get open, but just try to stay in your lane. As you understand what I'm saying? Just keep your spacing in your lane.
Yeah, that would work. I mean, if the ball comes here, what you want cuts though into new lanes.
Gotcha. So keep moving into different lanes. but
Yep.
kind
So
of-
let's say the ball goes here and is cut here. So then the rule should be cut to the cut downward into a lane, because then the guy that throws it in can fill the missing lane. So this one would come here,
Oh.
this one would come to the middle, this one would come over here. So you always want them cutting in lanes.
Oh, that's what you're saying. I
You
was
think-
thinking keeping the inbounder as the safety valve the whole time, but you don't like that.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't do. Because these are the people who are going to be open, the ones cutting into lanes.
Okay, so cut down into the lane.
Yeah, cut into a lane. The ball goes in here. Great. Then you're going to cut into a lane. If they both cut it, I mean, one can go down. So the ball goes in the middle. You don't have a problem. It's more when it's on the sides.
And then at the side, you cut into the 2 closest lanes. Okay.
Yep.
And one other thing, if ideally made ball, closest person just throws it in and we go. But if it is a dead ball, just a simple inbounds that would ask for man. Can you just do at the free throw, put one person at the elbow, and then another person at the elbow,
Yep.
person top of the key, and just have them do a double screen for the point guard who's at top of the screen. Is that simple enough? Just staggered screen just to get open, or do you like something different just to get the ball in for a man press?
Are you going to have a problem getting the ball in?
I don't know. I haven't done girls basketball.
I think a double screen will probably work. I wouldn't overcomplicate it.
So what would you, if you have a 3 set like what I had before?
I'd run sideline. Sideline's the best press break ever. It's in my press break stuff in Teach Hoops. Go look at sideline. You have the point guard. You have the person you want catching it, throwing it in. It works. Trust me. It's worked. I mean, if they're man pressing, you run sideline, and it will work. You basically, go watch that video, and then if you have questions, I can get on a call with you.
Okay.
That video will be better than I can do right now.
Is the general rule though is just they get it in alignment, 3 across, close person steps in, you throw it.
Yeah, if you're worried about getting it in, 4 across is virtually impossible in a man press to defend.
Right.
It's impossible, because you don't want to get beat deep. So you have a choice. You can either put the inbounder, whoever's guarding the inbounder, back here. Great. Then as soon as the ball gets in, this person's going to get it back. Or you are aggressive and you put somebody on the ball. Well, no one's going to play like this, right? Because you just throw it deep. So they're always back here defensively. So at 4 across, you'll always be able to get the ball in 4 across. And then if the ball goes here, then people are cutting into lanes, right? They're cutting down their own lane. If the ball goes here, cut. It's you can always get it in a 4 across on a man press.
Okay. But as a general rule, do you do the same thing? It's just close a person, step out, kick it, and go. And right. Okay.
Boom. It's yeah. Again, simple. TikTok. I'm going to start a TikTok offense. Just keep it simple. Less than 30. You should be able to explain it in less than a minute.
Okay.
You want it to work. Yeah. Go ahead, James.
All right. My other question is, the gear. You have something that you do that I thought was really good with the gear, handing out gear. They have to meet certain ladder criteria.
Yep.
So can you specify what kind of gear we're talking about? Because I wasn't sure.
It's my practice gear.
Okay.
That says Memorial on it. It's reversible. It's got shorts. It's everything. They're water bottle, everything. I mean.
Oh, okay. No, I wanted to know what's in I want to know, you've got a practice jersey. You have, what else do you give them?
We have shorts. We have practice shorts.
And you have.
I want everybody.
Bottles.
It's their practice uniform, basically.
Do you collect that at the end of the season?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I hand it out.
I've been too generous. I've been handing it out, and those practice jerseys are like $15, and I kind of let them use it throughout the year for summer league and stuff like that.
Yeah, I collect it. I buy nice stuff, and then it's green, white, or green, black, and then they wear it. They got shorts. I mean, yeah, they know they better not show up without their practice gear, because it's just makes things faster and easier. And but yeah, they want that. They want the locker room. They want the practice gear.
Yeah. So you don't let them go into their team room and stuff until they. How about this? Can I do this? I'm thinking of getting some really nice shooting shirts. Maybe I could use that as the carrot. You're not going to use these, and I'll show them how beautiful they are. And You want this, you're going to need to do the ladders.
Yep. Something. Yeah. Carrots are good. I agree. I agree. All right. Go ahead, Mark.
So coach, say you're practicing, you're going to press makes and misses. That's what you spend all your time in practice. And you come up against a team that is much better athletes than you are. They're just faster. Do you adjust? I mean, what do you do in that situation if that's your game plan, if that's how you play though?
I'm going to do what's going to allow us to have a chance to compete and win. So if I think that's not going to work, I'll adjust on the fly. I'll either do it that week and we'll throw a 1-3-1 at them. We'll throw a trapping half court man. We'll just play pack 2-3. We'll do something.
I guess the exception would be if you feel you have enough players that you can tire them out, then maybe you could still go at that plan just because you're outmatched in speed.
Yeah, and especially if you're going to play them twice, you can always test it the first time to see if it works.
If they get gas. But if you feel that they're not going to get tired, then there really is no other strategy except slow it up or change something up. Okay.
Yep. I'm going to change. I'm not going to, what's the definition of insanity? Assuming that you're doing the same thing over and over, it's going to change. It's not going to no, it's going to change. It's not going to happen. So I always change. That's why I evaluate after every game, like what was good about that, what was bad, what can we change for the next time we play them, that kind of stuff, especially if we play. Yeah.
But that is a legit reason to think, even if you're getting outmatched with speed, if I can wear them out, I can catch them at the end. That might be.
Yeah. If you're deeper than everybody else, then that's the system Grinnell. We're going to wear you down. I'm going to funnel people in and I'm going to beat you in the last 5 minutes.
Right. Okay.
I'm going to be in better shape. So that's not going to affect me because I'm going to make sure my top 5 guys are in like Olympic shape. So I'm hoping
right.
We get sick, then things change. But
right.
Yeah. And this is going to be a unique year, I think, with cold. I mean, Coach is a doctor with colds and stuff. I think there's going to be some unique. I mean, my wife got her first cold. I had one about 3 weeks ago. My son had one at school. It's like, I think our bodies aren't used to that. So it's going to be unique conditioning wise. I've been trying to, anyway, that's a side note, but, yeah. All right, go ahead, James.
How many managers do you usually have per year?
How many do I have this year?
Yeah, usually
6.
Okay, so I have 3 female managers this year.
Awesome. That's a good number.
Which is a miracle. Usually we have one.
Yep.
Who ends up doing a lot, but I wanted to know what you have. You have a lot of managers. What kind of things do you have them do? This is a year I mean, it's new experience for me.
Everything. They'll film, they take stats, they do the locker room, they fill the water bottle, they do everything. Now, I don't tend to have them there a lot at practice. It just depends.
That's what I'm talking about. Practice.
Yeah.
Do you have them at practice?
I don't tend to have them at practice. Just because they're doing other stuff for me and my assistant coaches. But when I have had them there, they're running the clock. They're doing, I mean, you can use them as little or as much as you want is what I'm going to tell you. If they know basketball, then I really use them. Some of them don't know basketball per se, so then it's a little bit harder. But no, I think they're one. I mean, if you ever go to a Division I basketball program and watch them at the collegiate level, there's like 30 of them. They're doing everything. So obviously we're much smaller scale than that, but they can save you a lot of time. They can be a passer. They can do this, so I can worry about big picture stuff. It's like an assistant in a classroom. They can go sharpen the pencils. They can go make copies. They can so I can go teach, which is what I do. So you got to think about you are the resource. I don't even know what that would be like in the doctor profession, but it's the nurses. It's not the nurses, but it's kind of like
medical assistants.
It's that they're doing this stuff because your time is so valuable.
Yeah.
that they're doing the stuff that can get done by someone else. So think
Yeah.
about them that way. And that's what I've always done. All right, go ahead, Mark.
If you're baseline out of bounds, if you're playing man, instead of just playing man and switching on all screens, I saw somewhere where someone likes to do a diamond in one. So a diamond on the strong side and one person on the weak side to cover, and then just pick up man. Do you see that as helpful at all, or is that
I've
way
never,
over the
I've
top?
never, I've never seen that. I'd love to see that. You have a
I mean,
bit.
it's instead of just, so you're basically setting up to clog things up and then just picking up. It'd be similar like doing a 2-3 zone and then just picking up. But instead of getting backdoored and, because most plays are geared towards man backdoors and all types of stuff.
Yeah,
Or is that too complicated?
again, I like keep it simple. Just we're manning and we're switching everything.
Just switch on
Done.
every man, switch
Switch on
every.
everything, switch. So they know. And hopefully I've done a good enough job scouting that I kind of know they're out of bounds plays.
And then the person on the ball, do you like to generally just put them underneath the basket instead?
Yeah, I have them open up. I really have them open up depending on where the official's handing the ball to them. So I really want to open them up so they can see what's going on. I have been known to double the really good, like at the end of a game or something, double the best player,
Right.
to make someone else score. Again, it depends on the type of out of bounds play, but and we'll zone out of bounds play too. We'll run our matchup out of zone, out of bounds play too, like our 2-3 matchup. So that way it's clogged in the middle automatically just by where they're starting.
And then do you stay in it or do you switch back to man? Or just stay in it?
I do stay into it.
Okay.
Because a good matchup is basically a man, but they're locations rather than people.
Right.
So it does work and it confuses them, and I like change up. So that kind of forces my hand a little bit. It's similar to kids getting in foul trouble in the first half. I tend to sit them in the first half because it forces me to get to my bench. So I do things psychologically for me that it forces me to play more kids. So I don't play 7 or, it forces me to play more kids so I can see how they, I do little mental games with myself sometimes, but it seems to work.
Okay.
Yeah. James, you're very good at unmuting. You've been on a lot of Zoom calls, haven't you?
I do a lot of Zoom calls. Okay. Tryouts.
Yep.
What do you do with the kid who's a potential player, but you already see in summer league or scrimmages, even before tryouts, that they're a difficult personality, maybe getting a little bit of trouble at school? How much, what's the word you used earlier?
Grace.
How
Empathy.
much grace do you give? You already know there could be a problem.
With the other players too? Is there problems with other players?
Just when you were complimenting me, I screwed it up. I haven't seen that. I got, okay.
It's more you and him. It's more you and him.
No, I got a text this week from the vice principal. Hey, this kid, don't let him go to open gym this day because he missed attention. And then today he knew he wasn't supposed to go to the game or play. And then he's trying to sneak into the game and giving my assistant. I wasn't at the game, giving my assistant, it was my JV squad, giving him a little heart, giving him a little hard time trying to get into the game. I mean, it's like, what are you doing? I mean,
a long season.
Yeah.
A long season. You're picking your family for the next 4 months. That's what I'll say to you.
Okay. Got it.
I'll let you make the conclusion from that, but I mean, it is the most important day of the year. The day you pick your team.
Got it.
And you're not, and it's 10 through 15. Or if you keep 15, 10 through 15, the heart is like I could walk in all your gyms and pick the top 3 players out. That's not hard. It's the bottom 5 that make whether it's going to be a good season or a great season. To be honest with you. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Mark.
Coach, so defensively playing man for girls basketball, since getting up, elevating, blocking shots is not as often. Does it make sense to teach just don't leave your feet defensively and simply hands up?
I think that makes sense for every level, to be honest with you. I've had 3 shot blockers in 30 years. 3 that are good at it. The rest of them just foul. So
Right.
yeah, I've taught that forever.
Don't leave your feet.
And all 3 of them ended up playing professionally. That were the shot blockers. They're being paid to play basketball. The rest of them, you're not a shot blocker. Stop it. And the way I do that is you're going to foul, which means you're going to sit, which means you won't play. And that gets to them. That's because they all want to play.
Or if you're closing out, you're out of the play and you can't rebound, you can't do anything else. So, okay.
Yep.
All right. So there was a play today in our scrimmage where we must have gotten killed on it. Now, granted, we've been mostly doing open gyms right now. We're not really practicing much. It's just open gyms and these little scrimmages we do on Saturday. But there was a curl play the team obviously has been working on. Basically, they just kept curling around the guy and they would pass from the opposite side and he'd get a layup. I'm assuming that we were getting killed. I didn't film that game.
You didn't jump to the ball, probably.
They're chasing the guy around the screen.
We call it wheel. We run that as a delay.
Yeah. So
if you chase me, I'm going to get a layup and dunk on you. Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
So how do you beat that? Shouldn't they be in help side so you're not even coming around?
And whoever's are they wheeling off a person or are they just wheeling?
Yeah, they're wheeling off of.
Yeah, the person that they're wheeling, the one that they're screening off of, he's got to sit and kind of bump and slow him down.
Should they be in help side and then they wouldn't even be doing
Yeah,
that?
you can jump underneath it too. That helps if you jump underneath. But yes.
Or switching quickly so that you're not getting. I mean, we got killed on that like 8 times.
I know. It is crazy.
More hints on how to stop that. Give me more tips.
You could jump to a zone. That would take care of it in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, I was trying to teach a man today.
I know. So this guy's setting the screen and they're all curling
coming
over.
around. Yeah.
Yep. This person's just going to step out and stop the curl because they're not going to curl. That takes care of most of it. So they got to jam it, or you go under. You jam it. You can go under it then, rather than don't follow. Go this way because what they're trying to do, and then you can just sit right there and meet them. It does work. It's a great play. I can send you a wheel too if you want.
Send me the wheel. Yeah.
I'll send you the wheel.
Might as well can't beat them, join them. Send me the wheel.
It does work. You got to set that screen high enough, but it does work. Go ahead, Mark. And find the whiteboard on this. Go ahead.
When we're doing just like a shell drill, we're working on different types of things. If I'm trying to teach people just to dead ball, to jump from a pack line to deny possibly, is your general rule like if somebody picks up the ball, it's dead, jump in their face and then everybody else deny? Is that just a good overall philosophy?
Yeah, that's a good, I mean, yes, I would do that. Yeah. Yeah, all that will work, I think. Yeah, I would do that.
Okay.
I don't have much more to say about that. I agree. I think that's good.
All right. So what we've done, I want to talk about tryouts.
Okay.
So I want to switch it up a little bit this year. What we've normally done is we have like a spreadsheet with the names and shooting, dribbling, coachable. Each has a column and we grade them 1 to 5. I don't know. This year, we pretty much know everybody that's going out. I don't even think we need numbers, although I'd like to hear what you do. But I'm thinking since we pretty much know most everybody that's going out, we do a little narrative, like, an NBA draft does. This is,
right.
He can attack the basket. He goes downhill. Instead of doing this number game, I'm thinking we get together. We're always do anyways. We come together after tryouts and we do a narrative on each player. Easy. What do you think?
Yeah, I like that. I mean, that it works. I mean, anything like that will give you different looks. Yes, I like the number thing is kind of a joke in my opinion. I do it a little bit just so I have some ideas of, ooh, this kid really can't dribble and stuff. But it's more like strengths, weaknesses, question marks is basically what you're looking at. You know, what does this player bring to the team? What do they not bring to the team? And what's my questions on them? Like, can they rebound? So yeah, all that would work.
Perfect. Thank you.
So coach, down the line, when we get better at man presses and zone presses, as far as switching from zone to man, et cetera, do you like switching like just maybe on the third pass, or waiting until it gets maybe to the corner and a half court and then automatically switching, or how do you do that?
So you're talking about switching screens or doubling?
No, pressing man and switching out of press man and a zone press, switching back and forth. So starting like in a 2-2-1, and then like third pass, switch to man for the rest of the possession.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a while. That's that's if you
No,
can.
this is down the line. I'm just trying to think the things that can
Yes.
switch.
So I usually I'll usually do that on you got to make it simple. So like first pass, second pass, that kind of stuff. Something that can make it super easy for them to know that as soon as it gets past half court, we're out of the zone, we're in man kind of thing. It's got to be an indicator that can be really, you know, anything that's not simple will take a lot of practice is what I'm telling you. And I have other things I need
So
to
maybe
work on.
that's even an easier thing is you're in a 2-2-1 press to a passes half court, and then you jump
Yep,
to
then we're in man. Boom. That's
Instead of
easy.
having-
And that will mess up the other team because you'll be better at it than, and they really won't know the cutoff where the cutoff is.
right.
You know, we've done stuff where we're in a zone until the ball gets inside the 3-point line and then we match up kind of thing. You got to just keep it really like no questions about what we're doing. It just makes it easier. So
Yeah, that's much simpler. Okay.
All right. Continuing on the tryouts. So tomorrow I'm going to have a coaches meeting, and I basically want to, this is what I'm thinking, and I'd like to know your opinion is, I mean, I kind of have already an outline of what we did just recently 3 months ago,
right.
where we go through some drills, some competitive drills, and then we scrimmage and we see when we look at the guys that we already know pretty much who most of them are, but the new guys, we want to see what they have. So I want to make it simple like that. Do you have anything you would want to add to that?
No, I think the best way to evaluate them is to let them play. So I would agree. That's you got to do some skill stuff. You got to be able to see some shooting and ball handling and stuff, but you definitely want, you know, small-sided games like 2-on-2, 3-on-3, and then you want to see them play. You're right. They can hide more in a 5-on-5. Like the bad key, like I've told you before, like I can play with the Bucks. Because they have Giannis, so you can hide me. But 2-on-2, I couldn't really hide, or 1-on-1, I couldn't hide. I'd have to guard somebody. So that's where I think you want to get some of those small-sided games where, you know, maybe 5 of the 10 kids that you're thinking of, they're playing 3-on-3, so you can kind of see how they work with some of your better players.
How much time would you leave for 5-on-5 in the grand scheme of all this?
25%.
I got a 2-hour tryout.
Oh, 2-hour tryout.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to have 3 2-hour tryouts.
25%. Probably, maybe a little less.
So like on Saturday, the 6th,
I'd run practice. I'd run
practice.
stuff that you're going to do the first week to see how the kids adjust. A good tryout, you're running part practice, part evaluation, part playing.
Got it. Okay.
Because I want to see how you take my teaching. I want to see how you pick up things that you don't know. Put an out of bounds play in. See how they pick it up. So that's part of the pre-test, is to see how you pick things up, how you do things you already know, how you play, how you do that. So you want all those things in a good tryout, I think.
Can I start? Would you say it's okay to start with my funnel defense the first
Sure.
day?
You could do that. You could work on your offense. Yep.
Okay,
I don't care if I mean, the other teams in the league are going to know what I'm doing. I don't care if the kids in our school know.
beautiful.
Okay.
So coach, one of the things, like we typically for man, we run a 3-out to basically a ball screen offense. So you start
Yep.
with a 3 set and 2 guys on the block. One of the problems I've always had in the past is kind of telling if the other team plays a 1-2-2 zone, whether they're in a 1-2-2 zone or if they're just picking up a guy's man. Is there any like general rule?
If they're following the cutters, they're in man. If they're not following the cutters, they're in zone.
Well, so do you just always start your man? Is it just a general? You just always start your man and then you change it from there.
I do.
Okay.
I do. And that's my indicator. I'll always throw guys cutting through the lane to see if I need it. It's kind of my test balloon to see if if they follow them, then I know they're in man. Even in a matchup, they won't do that even. They'll get out of it. So
Yeah, just always start your man and then you adjust if they
Yep.
are different. Okay, simple. All right.
all
Coach.
right, one more, and I gotta go get my daughter dinner.
Oh
She's-
no,
she's
this is it. This is
texting me.
it.
Okay.
Two things. One, will you send us the tape on this?
Sure. If you want it. Yep. 100%.
And number two is, when is the next one? That's all I want to know. Office hours.
I'll probably try to do one midweek in about a week, in not this upcoming week, but probably the following week. I'm just trying to throw them on different days because I threw one on a Sunday night. I just trying to figure out what the best night for people is. So I'll probably do one midweek, like maybe on a Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'll make sure you get it, because I know you're not on Facebook. I don't think
Thank you,
either one.
sir.
I don't think either one of you are on Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
neither one.
Thank you, sir.
So I'll
Have a
make sure
great night.
both of you get it. All right. See you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey coach, hope you're liking the video. If you are, make sure you hit like down below. That helps us a ton. Also, make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell up above. You'll get a notification every day when we put our new video up. Go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better.